multiple floppies with me in order to have some Word documents itself, right? So that's how in starting we have floppies. Then these floppies were definitely not sufficient. Then people need more storage. Then we have got CDs, right? So CDs was 700 MB. Remember the CDs? Guys, you used to buy CDs, no, on those days. Huh? Yeah, CDs 700 MB maximum. Then CDs was not sufficient. Then we moved for DVDs. What is the size of the DVD? 4.7 GB. Correct? Do you remember DVDs? One DVD, three movies, right? On those days, olden days. So these DVDs are also not sufficient. Then we have moved for pen drives. The pen drives is maximum 128 GB, even little bit more, but maximum I saw 128 GB. This 128 GB is also sufficient? No. Then we have moved for hard disk. Hard disk, how much you get? Maximum 2 terabyte you get. So this is keeping all your entire data as a backup in a hard disk is safe? No. We never know when that hard disk will get corrupted or got virus or etc etc. There might be chances that your external hard disk might also get crashed or corrupted. Okay. So for that reason, the need of having a storage got increased. Since then, AWS saw all these things, and AWS came up with a service called S3. Write down Simple Storage Service. What's that? Simple Storage Service. It is not storage simple service or simple storage or storage simple service simple storage. You have to be very careful. It is simple storage service. So I'll give you one shortcut for you. Guys, remember, whatever we are learning till now, it's everything is simple, right? So everything in AWS will start with simple. In AWS, all services will start with simple and end with service. Okay? And in between, that is the name of the service. Okay? Everything will start with simple and with service. Now you might understand, right, that if it is S3, then say it as simple storage service. Let me give you another name. There is a service for notification, and that we call it as SNS. Now you form the service name. What is SNS? Simple, yes, notification service. Right now you see, easily understand. And there is SES, which is used to send emails. This one, simple email service. I know. So that's how you should identify the service names. Okay, fine. So coming to S3, simple storage service. So AWS is giving this, AWS is giving S3 as a storage for us. And guys, as there is a problem with the size previously, this S3 is unlimited storage. What is this? It is unlimited storage by S3 by AWS. Guys, remember this is certification question. S3 is limited storage or unlimited storage? Everyone, it is unlimited storage. How much ever you want to put it, you can put it. Doesn't matter. It's unlimited storage. So I can say if you want to relate, S3 is same as like your Google Drive. Everyone might have known this Google Drive, correct? Everyone knows Google Drive. Yes, everyone knows Google Drive. What do we do with the Google Drive? We just go and put the files over there, correct? We used to store the files, correct? Yes. So is it possible? What type of files that you can put in Google Drive? Any file. So can we call it as all flat files? You can put it. Any file meaning flat files. Flat file meaning anything that your PDF, your PP, what's not, everything you can put it. So you tell me in S3, in Google Drive, you can upload, download, and access the files, correct? Yes. Is it possible to execute any files in Google Drive? Same thing applies here. Okay, nothing new. I'll write S3 is used to just store your files. It's the storage, guys. Correct, correct. So S3, so guys, one thing, remember, nothing will come for free. డబ్బులు ఊరికే రావు. So Google Drive 15 GB is free. After that, just ask money. That's fine. I'm not talking about cost here. I'm just asking about the features. So S3 can store all flat files. Correct? So with S3, what we do? With S3, you can upload, download, and access your files. Correct? Okay, you might have an impression now. S3 is unlimited storage and he's giving it for free. This is how your assumption says. City? Yeah. No, Chitty. Nothing will get is for free. So, so for how much there is some limitation of the free of this free concept. You guys never forget. Huh? Okay. So maybe let's say, for example, from 5 GB, 10 GB, 20 GB maximum, like 15 GB maximum, it will be free. After that, it will be charged, and it will be charged for the data transfer, everything. It will be there. But for us to do some labs and all, for that, definitely they don't charge because we don't put the huge data, right? We just put couple of files. Okay. So, guys, is it possible to execute anything on S3? You cannot execute any files in S3. Now you tell me, is it possible to install operating system in S3? Is it possible to install OS in S3? Answer is no. Is it possible to install a database in S3? Answer is no. Is it possible to run, execute .NET files, Python files, Java files, etc. in S3? Answer is no. This is not used for that. It is just for storage purpose. So, guys, Google Drive is server based or serverless for us? Serverless, correct? And S3 is also serverless. What is the meaning of serverless? So we are not logging into the server and doing it, right? It just we are accessing the URLs, right? It's accessing through some console. That is serverless. So as it is serverless, who handles the performance of uh, performance, high availability, scalability for S3? Yes, AWS handles high availability, performance, scalability, etc. for S3. Make sense? Guys, make sense? Getting is still here, everyone? Okay. So let's say, for example, here we have Ravikant. Let's say I say Ravikant. Vivo. Your name is Vivo, Mr. Vivo. Your name is Vivo only. Change your names. I am telling you. Have your proper names. Yeah. Change it to Naresh. No. Yeah. Rename yourselves, guys. Okay. So I take Ravikant. So Ravikant, so he asked me, sir, do you have some nice movies? And what I did, I gave few bunch of nice movies to Ravikant that contains Tollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, all type of movies. I have it and I gave. So what he do, he has his laptop, right? Windows operating system. So guys, what he do, he'll create a nice folder inside it, no, inside his laptop, call it as Hollywood, and he'll place all the files inside it, correct? Hmm? He'll put all the files inside it. And what is the name? So what, the files, right? So he go to the Windows and he create a nice folder. Inside that he'll put the files, correct? The same as in S3, if you want to put the files in S3, so guys, instead of, you need to create a folder, right? Instead of here folder, we call it as bucket. What do we call? Bucket. What do we call here? Bucket. What do we call bucket? So bucket meaning here, guys, the main folder is called the bucket. Inside that files, we call it as objects. The files we call it as objects. The file we call it as object. Can I say that here bucket meaning bucket is nothing but is a container for objects. Buckets is nothing but a container for objects. What is an object? Object is a file. Can you say that? And guys, name of file or object is key. Name of the object or file is called a key. Guys, what is a bucket? Everyone answer it. What is a bucket? It's a container for objects. What is an object? Object is a file. What is the name of the file? Key. Understood? So can we call S3 is, if someone asks S3 is what based storage, then you should say S3 is object based storage. Everyone write down. What based storage is this? S3 is object based storage. S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. Okay. Is it possible to have, who is that? Sri Vidya. Is it possible to have in the same folder two files with the same names? That is your answer. So guys, someone is asking S3 is global or regional? S3 is global. What's that? S3 is global. So that meaning I'll tell detail when we go to S3, but here for now understand S3 is global and the buckets are regional. So why and all we will see that when we go deeper into S3. For now, just assume S3 is, just keep that in mind. S3 is global and buckets are regional. Is this clear till here? Before I go to very important topic, that's what I said. Global concept. That's what I don't want to tell that. And someone asked and I put it, then you'll got a question. I said, Khan bhai, S3 is global. Why buckets are regional? All these things we'll see it in S3 section. Hmm? Let's not go deep. This is just a trailer on that. Okay. So guys, sit properly, get up, don't lie down, and listen this very important topic. Oi, screenshot screenshot बाद में, okay, later. I'm not running away. Just listen this, okay? So the next topic, that very important topic, is EBS, elastic block storage. Write down, write down. Elastic block storage, very important. Elastic block storage. Listen this carefully. So, guys, every machine, every laptop, right? So every machine, if you take a laptop, guys, a laptop needs hard disk. Yes. Without hard disk, is it possible for us to run the laptop? No. So when you create a virtual machine also, for that virtual machine also, you need to have a hard disk. Yes. So when you're launching the EC2 instance also, EC2 instance also should need hard disk. Yes or no? Yes. Hard disk, it should be there, right? So guys, definitely we need to have a hard disk in order to store the data. So, but this hard disk is now called as volume. What do we call? Volume. What volume? EBS volume. Hard disk is now called it as volumes. Hard disk is now called it as volumes. What volumes is this? EBS volume. EBS volume. Let me give a real-time example now. I'll push this guy a little bit here. Okay. So this is my EC2 instance, okay? This is my EC2 instance, okay? So this EC2 instance definitely need in volume, correct? Now you should understand, whenever I'm calling as volume, you should consider that as a hard disk, okay? So guys, EC2 instance definitely need to have a volume. Yes. So that volume is this, like, can I have, that is nothing but the C drive. That's nothing but a C drive. So whenever we launch the EC2 instance, automatically one volume will come with the EC2 instance. Correct? Agree? The C drive, without C drive, without one volume, right? Without the default volume, without that C drive, what does the C drive contains? OS, right? It contains with the OS, right? It contains with the OS. So whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, definitely can we say that is the default volume? That will be a default volume which is come with the come with the EC2 instance. What does the default volume contains? Operating system. Correct? Yes. Getting it? So now, guys, you might have know, see, AWS has a centralized storage. AWS has a centralized storage. So this by default we'll get this volume. But can we have also an addition? Can we also have another extra volumes here like D drive? We should have it, no? So from where do you get all these additional volumes? I mean, the rest of the volumes, guys. The default volume is called root volume. First write down that. What is the default volume called? Everyone, root volume. Write down that names. The default volume is called root volume. Now you tell me, what does the root volume contains? OS. So if I ask you, what is the default volume that we get? Then what is your answer? Root volume. Correct? Super. And that one is called the root volume. The rest of the volumes are called additional volumes. What are the rest of the volumes are called? Additional volumes. So now root volume will come with while launching the EC2 instance. Now I need to have additional volume. So from where do you get those additional volumes? Guys, AWS has a centralized, not S3. Forget about S3. S3 is gone. I'm talking about different, okay? So here, AWS has a centralized storage called EBS, Elastic Block Storage. So what we need to do is you need to create a volume and then attach that volume here. So there will be an option where you need to create a volume. Just there will be option like create volume. Volume will be created and then you need to attach that volume here to the EC2 instance. What does this D drive contains? Can I call it as D drive? Yeah. What does the D drive contain generally? Our data. Correct. So like this, volumes, you can attach n number of volumes to the EC2 instance. Yes. Guys, whenever you want, you go and attach the volume. Whenever you don't want, you can go ahead and then detach the volume. Correct? Attach, detach, plug and play. Attach and then detach. Okay. Detach and then attach. So whenever you need, you can detach it. Whenever you need, you can attach it. Getting it? So what is the default? What is this volume called? Default volume called root volume. I'm writing it. What is this volume called? Additional volume. Getting it? So don't worry, I'll talk about that. What happened to the data? Don't worry, data will not be lost. We are just, guys, remember one thing. Whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, EC2 service, you need to just assemble it. For storage, you need to have volumes. For security, you need to do something. You need to do something for something. So it's like assembling it, right? You are assembling it. So now we have the EC2 instance and you have the volume here, right? You have the volume here. If I detach this, the data will be there inside the volume, no? Data will be lost? No. Now, can I attach it back to the EC2 instance here, the same volume? Yes. Can I attach the same volume to another EC2 instance? Yes. It's all plug and play. So unless you go and delete the data will be still there. Okay. So is it possible to install database on your volumes? Is it possible to run any applications in your volume? Yes, guys, it is just like your normal hard disk. You don't have any restrictions. That's why we call it as it's a block-based storage. Guys, we have just learned S3 is what based storage? S3 is object-based storage, whereas EBS is block-based storage. That's a difference. That is a difference. Now you tell me, volumes can be attached and detached? Volumes can be attached and detached. Volumes can be attached and then detached. Okay. Question for you. Can you attach multiple volumes to a single EC2 instance? You can attach multiple volumes to the EC2 instances. Good. So EC2 instance has a default volume. What is that volume called? EC2 instance has a default volume. That volume is called root volume. That volume is called root volume. The root volume always contains operating system. The root volume always has operating system. When I say operating system, what kind of operating system that it has? Linux and then Windows, correct? Any meaning we have only two now majorly, Linux and Windows. So when I say about Linux and Windows, okay, let's take Windows. Where does EC2 instance support your Windows 10 and 11? Guys, answer is no. Remember, and I should tell this also. So there are two types of operating systems. One is called client-side operating system, and other one we call server-side operating system. Correct? So our client-side operating system, meaning Windows 10, 11, all these things, that is client-side. Server-side meaning you have Windows Server 2020, 21, like this, and then you have Linux like Red Hat, Ubuntu, SUSE. There are different kind of flavors you have it. Okay, so it's easy to support only server-side operating system, not client-side operating systems. Okay. Got it? Okay, now you tell me, can I jump on the topics or should I continue? You will get it here. Hold on few questions. Ask questions related to this. Okay. So if you hold on, everything will be covered. Just need patience. That's it. I don't leave. I'm telling you, no, I don't leave one single question also in your brains. Everything will, I'll put it here, but just need patience. So I'll write it down here. EC2 instance, EC2 supports only server side OS, not client side OS. Good. So if you have OS on the volume, if you have OS on the volume, that volume is called root volume. Very good. Good. A question for you. Can EC2 instance can have multiple additional volumes? Yes. How many root volumes EC2 instance can have? Excellent. EC2 instance can have only one root volume. Super. EC2 instance can have only one root volume. And EC2 instance can have multiple. EC2 instance can have multiple additional volumes. Additional volumes, multiple we can have. Getting it, guys? Make sense? Slowly, smooth as butter. Okay. So now there is a question, sir. What is the size that it provides? So maximum size of each volume. I'm not saying all. One single volume. If we take C drive, each volume, maximum size of each EBS volume is up to 16 terabyte. How much? How much, guys? 16 terabyte. C drive can be up to how much? 16 terabyte. D drive can be up to how much? 16 terabyte. Like this, you can have n number of multiple, like, many, some 15, 20 additional volumes, and each volume can have 16 terabyte each. Can you go ahead and have only 50 GB also? Yes. Yes, you can have it. So whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, there is some default volume already allocated. So if you are interested to know, I'll put it here. For Windows, I think it's 30 GB by default, you will get it. For Linux, sometimes you'll get 8 GB or sometimes you'll get 10 GB. Okay, that is the default values. Your root volume maximum size also can be, yes, I said each volume. I didn't say root or additional. Each volume can be up to 16 terabyte. So volumes can be pre-provisioned, isn't it? So will it get automatically all 16 terabyte? No. Volumes should be pre-provisioned. Pre-provisioned meaning what, guys? Like you need to mention how much size that you need while creating the volume. If you want 50 GB or 500 GB, right? Or like this, maximum you can have 16 terabyte. How much ever you need, you can go ahead and then create it. Okay, getting it? Yes, I'm coming to that. We can, Shravan. So, guys, question for you. One volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances, one single wall at the same time. One volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. No. Guys, someone is ringing the bell. 1 second. Okay. I'm here. What happened? Miss me? Then close your eyes. Okay. Okay, so I'm telling here one you cannot attach, guys, one single volume cannot be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Okay, so you cannot attach a volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Okay, getting it? So, guys, same like your laptop, is it possible? Yeah, like your PC only. Is it possible to have one hard disk to be attached to multiple laptops? No. And there is a question, sir. You can say, let's say I have 50 GB of my C drive is 50 GB or 30 GB. I need to increase it. So, guys, yes, volume size can be increased on fly. Volume size can be increased on fly. Volume size can be increased on fly. On fly meaning what? Guys, on fly meaning no need to stop the EC2 instance. So no downtime. So no downtime required. At the time of running itself, you can go ahead and then increase the size of the volume. How much? It's up to you. Up to 16 terabyte, you can increase it. But remember one thing, you can increase the volume size, but you cannot decrease the size. Volume size cannot be decreased. No. So what you need to do, if you want to decrease it, then what you need to do? You need to delete the volume and recreate it based on your requirement. So let's say, for example, you want 50 GB. Pusuk, you have put one more zero and then made it as 500 GB. Is it possible to decrease from 500 to 50? No. So what you need, what you do, you need to delete that 500 GB and then get your 50 GB created again. So there is no way where you can decrease the volume size. Not possible. Getting it, guys? Okay. So now here, so you can attach and detach all these things we have learned. So now we know root volume and then we have additional volume, right? For attaching and detaching the volumes, do we need to stop the EC2 instance? No need. Answer, no need. So guys, we need to know very important some certification questions. All this, we have something called device names. What is this we call? We have device names. Root volume, we have a device name. Guys, the root volume device name will always be like this. Let's for Windows or for your Red Hat. So your root volume device name is, everyone put /dev/sda1. What is that? /dev/sda1. That is the device name of your root volume. And for sometimes in your Ubuntu machines, /dev/xvda will be there. So when I ask you a question, what is the device name of your root volume? Then what is the answer that you should say? /dev/sda1. Everyone, /dev/sda1. So for your additional volumes, it will be /dev/sd. Apart from A1, A1 is fixed for your root volume. Apart from A1, you can put SDB, E, F, G, etc. You can put. That is for your additional volume. Coming to the bottom one, XV, instead of XVDA, you can put XVDF, XVDG, etc. You can put like this. So these are all the device names, guys. When you are attaching the volume to the EC2 instance, this is the device name. You should be there. I write that also. Root volume should be always mounted with. Root volume is always mounted or attached as slash dev slash SDA1. That is my, then only whenever you launch the EC2 instance or whenever you're running the EC2 instance, the EC2 instance will identify, oh, my operating system is in this volume because you have mounted the volume with slash dev slash SDA1. Whenever you are mounted with SDA1, then only EC2 instance will identify that volume has operating system, then only it will start booting from that C drive or that volume. Make sense? Getting it? Is it clear till here, everyone? Mounting. Mounting meaning attaching it. How you are mounting your pen drive to your laptop. That is called mounting. Attaching. Okay, question for you. Is it, guys, listen this. Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? What is your answer? Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? Answer is no. What you need to do? Stop the EC2 instance first and then detach the root volume. Correct? You're slowly getting into it, huh? Good one. Logic. Now another question. Is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Answer is yes. But is it recommended? It is not recommended to detach while running. What we need to do? Stop first. It's always better to stop that first and then do it. Because let's say someone is writing some data in D drive and all of a sudden, Pusuk, you have detached it from backend. All this data is gone, no? So it's always first stop and then detach. But if there is no option, then go ahead and then detach it, no issues. So is it possible to delete the volume while it is attached? No. So what we need to do? You cannot delete the volume while it is attached. What we need to do? Detach first and then delete. Detach that volume first and then delete it. Okay. So guys, tell me, EC2 instance has availability zones. So that means EC2 instance should place in availability zone. Yes, EC2 instance has availability zones. If EC2 instance has availability zones, volumes also has availability zones. Remember, volumes also have availability zone. That meaning while creating, while attaching everything, availability zone matters. Now tell me, if my EC2 instance is in 1A, my volumes also should be in the same availability zone or a different availability zone. Remember, technically, if my EC2 instance is in one data center, my volume should be from the same data center only, no? Will it come from another data center somewhere? No, it should be from the same data center. That's why, remember, EC2 instance instance and volumes should be in same availability zone. Should be in the same availability zone. Got it? Okay. So can you have the can I have volume in 1B? Can I my EC2 instance in 1A, and can I attach 1B volume to this 1A EC2 instance? Good one. So let me give one example here. I have this EC2 instance and this EC2 instance. Whoa. So this is EC2, this is EC2. So this is in 1A and this is in 1B. Okay. So I have the root volume. I have the root volume. Okay. So my root volumes also is in, this is in 1A and this is in 1B. Correct? Now tell me, guys, is it possible for me to detach this and attach it here? And detach this and attach it here? Oh, yes or no? Why? Reason? What is the reason? Yes, this is in different availability zone. Just now I mentioned. So I have my EC2 instance in 1A, another EC2 instance in 1B. Can I attach this volume and can I detach this volume, attach it here, and detach this volume, attach it here? No, right? 1A volume cannot be attached to 1B EC2 instance. 1B volume cannot be attached to the 1A EC2 instance. No, because they should be, the volume and EC2 instance should be in the same availability zone. So guys, that's the reason. You know the topic, but when I put like this in the certification questions, this is how it will be. You know it, but you need to concentrate. So don't be like always some star always. Okay, good. So I'll write it here for you. Don't worry. So I'll write it here. We cannot attach 1A volume to 1B EC2 instance. Why? Because those are in different availability zones. Whereas we can attach 1A volume to, guys, if you have two EC2 instances in the same availability zone, can I detach and attach it that and attach it here and there? Can I do that? Yes. We can attach 1A volume to 1A EC2 instance. Yes, that can be possible because those are in the same availability zone. Okay. Makes sense? Is it clear till here, everyone? So let's say I have the EC2 instance here. So assume that we have these many EC2 instances. So now I have a volume. Now I have a volume here. Okay. Tell me this volume, can you tell me this volume can be attached to this multiple EC2 instances at the same time? based on what we have learned? Is that possible? Definitely no. So we have learned the volumes cannot be shared. So what if I need to have the shared volume concept, right? So you cannot share the volume among the EC2 instances, correct? Well, here you cannot share the volumes among EC2 instances. So if at all, if you want to share, then how? That concept, I'll take it tomorrow. Mm. Understood, guys? Any questions still here? Now answer. Now ask the questions, guys. So I said like to be patient, right? Says this. I don't remember his name or her name. So did your all your questions got answered now? As I said, I don't leave any single questions in your mind. Root volume is nothing but the default volume which contained with the operating system. Device name meaning for each and see it is all about detach and attach concepts, correct? So whenever you're attaching it to the EC2 instance, the volume, you need to give the name of that device name. We call it as device name. So whenever you are attaching that volume, that root volume to the EC2 instance, with what name that you should attach? /dev/sda1. So if you want, if you are attaching additional volumes, then what is the device name that you should use? Apart from A1, you can use any name. It just you are attaching it and giving the name. So we are telling the EC2 instance that Arey Babu, this is the data volume, this is the root volume. There is a question: how many EC2 instances can be launched in one VPC? So it is depend upon how much big VPC. Let's say that is same example. Let's say you have 1,200 square feet of your apartment. How many bedrooms you can build? That is the capacity. 2 or 3 capacity, correct? So the answer for that question is how many EC2 instances can be launched in one VPC? That is depend upon how much big your VPC is, the network. If it is big, but for if generally you can have hundreds of EC2 instances. Okay, by default you can have 20. How many? By default, how many EC2 instances that you can launch? 20 only. So after that, you need to create a ticket with AWS saying that, Arey Babu, I need more than this. So the default limit is 20, but you can go ahead and launch how many you want. You can launch n number. How much free EBS volume give AWS? 30 GB.